The man threw a TV out of a 40th-story window, trying to get the attention of the security guard downstairs. However, the guard didn't hear the noise. The man was trapped in a vacant building and could only shout for help from the window, but he was too high up for anyone to hear him. At night, he waved a flashlight by the window, but it didn't attract anyone's attention either. The next day, the man tried to open the door again, but it was tightly locked. Even with a pair of pliers, he couldn't get the lock open. He started to bang on the door, but it didn't work. The man took out his phone to call for help, only to find that it was dead. He plugged it in to charge, but the whole room was out of power. Then, he found a pile of old cardboard and wrote a distress signal on it with toothpaste. He threw it out the window, but it landed on a dilapidated rooftop. At night, a woman came to collect her laundry, but she didn't see the man's distress signal. The man was desperate. He took the elastic band from his pants, found a pipe in the corner, and made a simple slingshot. When the woman appeared again, he shot a stone at her to get her attention. The woman came to the building with the cardboard, and the man excitedly started banging on things, but she didn't hear him and left. Then, the man came up with another idea. He lit a torch to set fire to the distress signal on the windowsill, hoping to attract attention. However, he realized something was wrong when the fire grew bigger and bigger. He had to put it out again. By this time, the man was very thirsty. He went to the bathroom and took down the water tank from the wall, but it was empty. Just then, it started to rain heavily. The man hung the water tank on the windowsill to catch rainwater and also stretched a bag out the window to collect more. One day, the man saw through a mirror that the balcony on the 30th floor had no railing. So, he cut the railing with a knife, kicked it off, and climbed out of the window through the gap. He started to climb down. However, there was no foothold on the wall between the balconies, so he had to grab the stone wall above and feel his way down with his feet. Soon, he reached the 30th floor, but half of the railing was missing. He tied his belt to a rebar close to the ground and the other end to his hand, and then carefully stepped onto the railing. But to his surprise, the balcony on this floor had been removed. He had to walk carefully along the wall with his hands on it and almost slipped at a corner. He kept moving and finally made it. He kicked open the glass door of the balcony, opened the room door, and finally escaped from the building.